Hi, I'm Kimberly Lansing, and welcome to the Spotlight. Barry Harter has traveled all the way from Washington to be here and share his wisdom with you guys, his fellow account executives. He signed over 400 merchant accounts in 3.5 years with Central Payment, and that's why it's time to put you in the spotlight, Barry. Welcome.
God, it's good to be in the spotlight. I'm happy.
I guess my first question to you, Barry, is what's your trick to getting the merchant statements? Because for me, that's just the hardest part.
Yeah, merchant statements are acquired by first, go seeing the merchant and just being friendly and being upfront with them and talking to them about their business and saying, if I could help you, would that make sense for me just to look at your statement? And most of the time, probably 80%, they'll share it with you.
It's as easy as that?
That's as easy as that.
What if they don't have a fax machine at the business?
Then you could probably suggest doing a scan and email, or just taking the statement off premise and faxing it at your own location or in your location and then setting an appointment to get back to them.
Right, so it's not like a done deal.
Right.
Okay. When do you give your merchant your business card?
Business cards can be given at different times during your sales presentation or your warm-up. Sometimes when you start talking to folks about what you do, they're going to ask you for your business card. So I let the merchant always try to ask me for the card because I think that's important. Or after you set an appointment, you always want to give a card.
Okay. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you can't give it to them at the beginning or the end, just when it feels right.
When it feels right and comfortable for you and the merchant.
Okay. What sales tip would you say you use more than any other?
I think questioning techniques. Just being able to listen to the customer, asking them if there was anything in their world they would change about their current processor, what would that be, is always a wonderful question. And I think that's the most important thing, is to ask questions.
And listen. It's hard to listen.
It is. It is hard.
You just want to give them your spiel and get on with it.
But listening is so important, because if you're meeting with someone for an hour, 70% of your time should spend listening and 30% questioning.
Okay, that's a good tip. All right, now I want to talk about overcoming objections, because I swear merchants have about 1,000 reasons why they can't switch over. Do you have any ways of avoiding objections altogether?
I think the most important thing in avoiding objections is to use what I call the 6 honest men. And that's the what, why, when, where, how, who, and where. So where have you done business before with your credit card processing? How has that worked out for you? And why are you still currently with your current processor? And what would you change about it if you were going to change? And where would that be? Would it be, with me? Would it be with someone else? And ask them those questions so it gets them to open up, and you begin to listen to what their pain might be. You're into just trying to find their pain. And once you find their pain, you'll know how to overcome their objections.
How do you overcome your most common objection? I mean, what's usually the reason?
I think the most common objection you see in the business is that I just do not want to change. And that's
easy to stay doing the same thing.
It's easy to say that. I just don't want to change. And you're saying, well, if there was something you would change about your business, what would that be? Or how is your current credit card terminal working? Is there anything you would change about it? Are your employees happy with the way the terminal functions? Does it always work? Do you always get your statements on time? Do you have customer support? Is there someone coming by to check upon you on a daily basis or a weekly basis or a monthly basis? Do you get phone calls? Do you dial an 800 number? All those questions can help you realize if there's a way to help this person.
Do you know your account executive, right?
Yeah,
They know
what's
us.
that person's name? Because I might have run into him,
Is it tough when you battle through several objections? I mean, it's got to be hard. What advice would you give, with how you're able to power through it all and overcome it and keep your head up?
Yeah, I think the most important thing is to be